Hey everyone, I recently saw something on eBay and that reminded me, I guess it's time to do an update video. What are we talking about today? Well, we're going to talk about the 2013B Star Notes, the duplicate series. Some of you remember my Not an Error video way back, episode 47, where I discussed the 2013B series, and I actually used portions of this video here. That features our favorite seller, who was also number 2 on the That's Not an Error scam. Anyway, let's just review what he was saying about the individual numbers. Before I do that, we're talking about the 2013B Star Notes, 2013 series from New York. That's the B, and they're the Star Notes. They had duplicate printings. They had printed the notes in Washington, D.C., then they told Fort Worth to print the notes, gave them the wrong starting number. So there are a total of 6.6 million duplicate numbers, so over 13 million total bills. Anyway, our buddy was telling us what those individual bills were worth. Okay, so let's see what he had to say about the individual bills.
Potentially extreme rewards for doing so. Right now, I would say that these notes, and this might shock some of you, but I would say that these are worth $80 to $400. If it's circulated, I would say $80 to $125. If it is uncirculated and it is a Fort Worth print, then $300. If it's uncirculated and it is a DC print, then I would say it's worth about $400. Now,
All right, so we've gotten price ranges from $80 all the way up to $400 for the individual note. Okay, not for the pairs. These are for each individual note. If you find one, he says they're worth $80 to $400. That's what he just said. Now, of course, condition means a lot, but the point is he's talking for individual notes. Now, let's remember, these notes were produced 10 years ago. Many of them have been destroyed, which means many of these notes do not have pairs. If they don't have a pair, what are they worth? That's the ultimate question. Since basically every one of us has a couple of these B notes, we want to know what they're worth. Well, for anything to be rare, or for anything to be worth anything, it has to be rare. And since we all have one, that's not rare. Okay, so let's just start there. All right. But he's giving a price. His price was $80 to $400 for one note, whether it's got a pair or not. And we will never know if it has a pair unless we can actually match them. But he says for an unpaired note, $80 to $400. Well, let's take a peek at what I just saw on eBay. This just came through. I got an email about it. Ready? Here is 2 duplicate notes from PCGS. Production error with duplicate serials. They're both graded at 25. B 07480017, 07480017. It is a duplicate pair match. Both of the notes have been graded. These are the real thing. Somebody took their match pair and they put it on eBay. And I don't know what the starting bid was. It did manage to get 18 bids. The final sale for the pair. Okay, remember, our buddy Sam said, if you have one of these notes, it's worth $80 to $400, unpaired. Final price, $502 for the pair. $502. He says, if you have one of the notes unpaired, it could be up to $400. Well, here's a pair that sold for $500. Why would anybody in their right mind buy one note for $400 when you can have the pair for $500? Like I said, I saw this pop up and I got an email saying this had just sold. There you go. You want to know what the pairs are worth? The first pair sold for $150,000. The price has come down a little bit, wouldn't you say? Just really makes you wonder. The last time I did a video like this, a pair sold for $5,000. Granted, it sold for that price under very mysterious circumstances because the person who, the person who bought the note ended up reselling the note. It was, I did the whole video on that. The point is, right now, well, I should say April 19th, 2024, that was the sale date for this particular sale. I don't know what to tell you. There it is, 502, auction price realized for the 2013 B Star Note duplicate notes. So, you tell me what they're really worth if that's all they're getting at auction right now. Oh yeah, and by the way, April 19th, that's 4 days after tax day. You know, when people do their tax returns and people are getting big tax returns and people actually have a little bit of extra money. 502. That's all it sold for. All right, guys, I just thought you would like to see the current auction price. If you learn anything new, go ahead and hit that like button. If you like what you see and you want to see more, please subscribe. Love reading all your comments. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.